Hey, what is up guys, this is Melontosh here, back for IDM semi-finals versus Sebby VGC and his Montreal Monfernoes. This is hype. If you are hype, make sure you go smash the like button down below. If we win this, we are in the finals, which is pretty hype. Sorry, there's been a hiatus. If you guys did not see the team builder video, basically my computer was not working for recording at all. That's why I have no webcam right now, because it's still not completely fixed. So I was so far into the regular season that I figured, hey, I'm just going to upload playoffs. So here we are with playoffs. I did get a bye. I went 8-2. My opponent here is 7-4 because he did have to play a quarterfinal match before here. So he went 7-3 in the regular season, and then he won. No. He went 6-4 in the regular season, and then he won that to make him 7-4 now. The team my opponent did decide to bring is the Reuniclus, the Charizard, the Diggersby, the Fortress, the Clefable, and the Keldeo. If you guys didn't see the team builder, make sure you go check it out. Link in the description down below, or card will be on screen now. But if you just don't want to watch that, fair enough. I'll go over my team very quickly for you guys. I've got Choice Scarf, Nihilego, an Assault Vested Skuntank, a Z-Move Landorus, a Rock Polish, a Curse Miltank, a Thick Club, Toxic Stealth Rocking, Marowak, and a Soul Jewel Latios with Calm Mind. As you guys know from the team builder, I did not expect Keldeo one bit, so I'm very glad. I'm very glad I did bring the Latias over Lopunny. Lopunny originally actually would have done really well this game though. Now that I know the game, it would have done really well this set I wanted to bring, and I'll talk a little bit about that after the match. But looking at the team matchup, again, first thing I want to do is find out if that's Unaware Clef, because if it's not Unaware Clef, then my Latias can really hurt it, and my Nihilego can also potentially really hurt it, because it could be Kebia. So even if I start getting some boosts, then I'm still going to absolutely destroy the Clefable if it's not Unaware. Biggest threats to my team, Diggersby and Charizard are sitting right there, and they're looking pretty scary, not going to lie. So I'm kind of expecting my opponent to want to lead with Keldeo. Because looking at my team, it looks like my leads really could be potentially Nihilego, Landorus, Miltank, or the Marowak to try and get rocks up. You know, Landorus is a very common lead in OU. Miltank would be good to get rocks up as well, and Nihilego potentially if I wanted to bring rocks up. It's probably the least likely of the three. So I figured Keldeo would be a really good lead for him there. Also, I didn't want him to get momentum, and he really needed momentum, so I wanted to lead Latias to scout Keldeo basically turn 1, which would be really good for me, and then I'll just go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and click play. I'm going to lead with his Latias, and my opponent actually, let's turn the music off, actually decides to lead with his Charizard. So turn 1, I have to decide whether to make a play here. I really wanted to click Psychic, but I can't mess around with Charizard. If that thing stays in and I lose my Latias, then what do I have for Keldeo? So I am just going to go ahead and fire in a Dragon Pulse. I am Soul Jewel, so I am going to take out the Charizard. He has to Mega Evolve turn 1. He is Charizard X. I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse, and Barba is going to be immune here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the play out into my Boneless, the Marowak. I can take any hit this thing wants to go for, as he does go for a T-Wave. That is absolutely fine. This Clefable does not take me on well. Maybe I should put it on really slow. I think that's what I should do. This Clefable does not take me on well at all. He does get the knockoff off though, but I am going to take this opportunity to get my rocks up. By getting my rocks up, I really pressure the Fortress to spin, and that is really good for me because it means I have much more opportunity to take out that Fortress, and Nihilego, my win con, is going to be looking very good if that Fortress goes down. So he's going to knock me off. I'm going to lose my Thick Club, so I'm not really going to have do too much to this Clefable anymore with Flare Blitz, so I'm going to fire for Toxic. I want to know if it's Unaware or not. I miss, which is really unfortunate, but I can live one more hit, so I'm just going to go for another Toxic here, and I just want to know if this thing is Unaware. If it's Unaware, it's going to get worn down by Toxic, which is really good for me, and if it's not Unaware, then I know, and that's amazing for me, but I'm going to get fully paralyzed, so it is still going to be a mystery as to whether this Clefable is Unaware or not, and I really want to know. To be honest, I really want to know. So here, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go out into my Skuntank here. No, I go out to my Landorus. That makes more sense. I'm going to go Landorus here, and I'm just going to fire for an Earthquake. He doesn't have a good switch in whatsoever. I can Z-move this thing, I break it, which is really good for me. As he does go out into the Fortress, and I'm going to go for the Earthquake here, and if he's Spadef like I expect him to be... Oh no, I'll go for the knockoff, of course. Of course. I went for knockoff there because... if Clefable Moonblasts me and I knock off, then I know Earthquakes can 2-hit KO because it has a lot less chance of 2-hit KOing after leftovers. So if I get a knockoff off, then I can just spam Earthquake for the rest of my life. So I do get a knockoff here, and I knock off the Fortress's leftovers, and I figure out that that thing is indeed physically defensive. This is really good for me because Power Gem is going to do a lot to this Fortress now. Power Gem is going to do a lot to this fortress. So, but that makes me think straight away it's Sebby Reuniclus. It's got to be Sebby Reuniclus, otherwise he really doesn't have a lot for my Nihilego. And Nihilego is going to be looking very, very good this game. It's already my win con, but I mean, this thing getting weakened is just fantastic for me. So expecting him to spin now, because Zard again is probably his biggest threat to his team, to my team. I'm just going to go for an Earthquake here. I don't care about damage on the Landorus, even though Landorus is really good this game. I really want to put him in a situation where he just has to start sacking stuff, and that's what he has to do now, because he doesn't have a switch into this Earthquake. If he goes Zard, that's fine. Our Earthquake, he has to Mega Evolve. I don't mind taking the damage, and Zard is a huge threat, and that's gone, but he lets the fortress goes down. This is huge, and Nihilego is looking amazing right now. Sludge Wave literally destroys his team. If I get a kill with it, I get to +1. I'm +1/+1. It's not good for him. He goes Keldeo. I'm going straight out into my Latias here. I do not care one bit, as my opponent is going to make a good play and go for the Toxic. So, two things going through my mind right now. Is he's one of two sets. He's one of the three sets. No, he's not. He's not Calm Mind. Was the first thing that went through my mind. Then I now know he's one of three sets. He's either the Toxic Stall Keldeo with Toxic, Protect, Sub and 1 stab, or he could potentially not have Protect or not have Sub and have both stabs, or he is either Choice Scarf or Choice Specs and made the play knowing I was going Latias and he didn't have much to hit me. So those were the two things. Either way here, my play is to Calm Mind, because he's either going to Protect or he's going to he could potentially switch out into Clefable, but I'm not too fussed about that. So I go for the Calm Mind. I did expect him to go for the Protect there, so I'm going for the Calm Mind, and now I'm looking pretty good, because his only real switch in are the Clefable and the Reuniclus. So I am going to go for the Psychic here, because if he switches in Clefable, I'm going to find out right now if that thing is unaware or not, and that is just, that would make my day. To be honest, I just want to know if this Clefable is unaware or not. Because that means if you look at his team right now, Miltank can sweep if the Clefable is not unaware. So I'm just going to fire off a Psychic here, as he is the Protect set. I'm going to fire off a Psychic here. If he goes Reuniclus, I get to find out if this thing is Sebby, which allows me to play around it. He can't switch out, and I can go into my Skuntank, so I'm looking pretty good there, but he does go out into Bubba, and I'm going to get a humongous Psychic off on this Bubba, and that shows me that this thing is not unaware, and I'm feeling pretty good about this game right now. Of course, there's threats on my team. Charizard can just sweep me like that, and so can Diggersby with an agility, so these things are too scary, but I am expecting him to be Choice Scarfed Diggersby. As he goes out into the Reuniclus, I'm going to get Psychic off, and this reveals that he is not Sebby Reuniclus. This is amazing for me. All I need now for Nihilego really to win is damage on the Zard and damage on the Diggersby. And if I start getting to +1, it's really not good for my opponent. So now I'm actually going to pull a double out into my Skuntank, expecting him to want to go for a Shadow Ball or something. But Dragon Pulse is actually a roll to take this thing out. But I need to keep my Latias around for Keldeo. Endovik can still take one hit, and I outspeed it, so that's what I need to do. Is he pulls double out into his Clefable, so I'm just going to go for the P-Jab here. I do outspeed this Clefable all of the time. Nothing on this team really wants to take a P-Jab. If he goes into the Diggersby, then I get the damage I need for my Nihilego to sweep, so that really wouldn't be the best play for him, but Skuntank's going to go ahead, pick up a kill here, and now he's going to go straight out into his Charizard, and basically he goes into Diggersby, sorry. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight out into my Miltank. Miltank can potentially win this game, especially if he's Scarfed right now. If he's Scarfed, I can potentially win this game. As he is not Scarfed, he is Life Orb, so that is a little bit scary. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to click Rest here, because, again, this Life Orb damage is what I need. It's what I need. If he sets up an Agility, I'm fine right now, because I can go Lando into Skuntank and stuff. As he goes straight out into the Keldeo, as I do get a rest up, and I don't really have the best switch into this right now because Latias can't really take it on very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click Curse. I am max defense, so Sacred Sword's not going to be doing loads to me. It does to it Kiyomi, but I'm one lucky ducky. I'm going to go for the Sleep Talk here, and I'm going to pull the Curse. So now I can live one more. And the funny thing is if I pull another Curse here, on this next turn, there is a small chance that I live the next one. So he's going to go for another Sacred Sword here, as I'm just going to keep Sleep Talk again. Because of leftovers, I'm at 50% now. So he's going to go for the Sacred Sword, and you guys are about to see that this does now This is a 34%, so if I got another curse here after leftovers, I have a chance to live, but I'm going to get another curse. Again, I am a lucky ducky. I'm not that lucky, but I'm a lucky ducky. I'm going to go for a return here, and I'm going to get big damage off on this Keldeo, showing me he's not max HP, he is offensive, which makes me believe that he is dual stab and not substitute. So now I'm just going to let my Miltank go down. Yes, I had a chance to win this thing, but I have a better chance now to win with my Nihilego. Keldeo is in range, Charizard is going to be in range soon enough, and so will the Reuniclus. All I need is one kill and a little bit more damage on the Diggersby. So right now I'm just going to go straight out into my Latias here and take this opportunity to get some health back, because I don't want this Keldeo getting out of hand, you know. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a recover off, as my opponent is going to go hard out into the Magic Fetus here. Again, like I said, he doesn't want to mess around with my Latias. He can make the play into Diggersby or Charizard, but I'm still fine. But I'm going Skuntank here all the time, because if I can weaken this thing, I basically win the game. I basically win the game here if I can get this thing down with my Nihilego, because Sludge Wave is going to be doing a decent chunk to Diggersby. It does have good HP and it is bulky, but not too much. He does go for the Shadow Ball, hoping I would stay in, but he gets a Spadef drop. It doesn't matter. I'm insanely bulky. I'm max Spadef, Assault Vest, and I'm just going to go for the Pursuit here. I don't care if he stays in 1,000 times. I just need damage on this thing. I'm going to go for the Pursuit. He does switch out. It does 57%, revealing he's max Fizz Def, probably for my Lopunny. And he goes down to remix the Charizard. I have the damage. I now know he's not regenerated because he switched back in. I have the damage I need on this Reuniclus. I'm just going to stay in here. I'm going to click Poison Jab. It should do enough to where he cannot set up 2 SDs. As he goes for the Declaw, does 72%, which shows that he is offensive, which means I'm looking pretty good here. Even if he's max HP, he cannot set up on me because of the Aftermath. I'm going to get the Poison turn 1, which sucks for my opponent. He could have maybe DD'd here, been at +1, but I just want to go on Nihilego. And now I'm just going to Sucker Punch, knowing that he doesn't want to roost up on my Skuntank when he's poisoned. So he's just going to go for the Declaw here as I get a Sucker Punch off, and that does put him in Aftermath range, and he's going to go down to the Aftermath. So that's Charizard, biggest threat of my team, gone. And right now I'm feeling pretty good again about this game, because if you look at my team, all 3 of my Mons can win. And I know this sounds weird, but it actually scared me a bit that I was going to, you know, make the wrong decision as to which one to win with and how to win it, and, you know, just save them all and just start switching and doing crazy stuff like I tend to do when I'm in a good position. I'm in a win con. I start to misplay. So Landorus can get up a Rock Polish, and Reuniclus is in range. Keldeo is in range. Kind of have to watch out for the Protect, but if I go for Fly, I'm going to outspeed you. I can go for Fly, and then you can Protect, and then I'm going to go for my Z move, or yeah, whatever. And then Diggersby is in range of the Z move, and an Earthquake, especially after one more Life Orb hit. Nihilego. Diggersby is actually not in range yet, but if I can come in on the Reuniclus, because you're not Spadef, I am going to take out the Reuniclus. I'm going to get +1, and then I think I would have won. And Latias as well outspeeds his whole entire team. And at +1, I take out Diggersby, and at neutral I take out both the Reuniclus and the Keldeo. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and lead with my, I believe it was my Landorus, because if he leads Keldeo, I can just go out into my Latias and get a big Dragon Pulse off. But so I'm going to lead as he goes with his Reuniclus, I guess kind of sacking it to see who I wanted to lead with. And I'm just going to get an Earthquake off here. And take out the Reuniclus. And now I didn't really want to, I could have Rock Polish there, but I maybe, depending on the Reuniclus set, could have been in Diggersby's Quick Attack range. And I just wanted to be healthy in case that Diggersby somehow gets a gets an agility off, and then what I can do is I can just switch around my Mons, get the Intimidate off, so I can live a nice punch. So I want to keep this thing healthy. As he does go into the Keldeo, again, he could be bluffing, but I think he's got dual stabs because of before. And now I'm going to go into my Latias here. He's going to go for the Scald revealing he did have dual stab. I'm going to go for a Psychic here because he can make the play into Diggersby, because Diggersby would live, but then I'm going to outspeed. I think after one more round of Toxic, I would be in Quick Attack range, but he'd be so low that it wouldn't matter, and he wouldn't be able to get a agility off. So I'm going to go for a Psychic here, as he goes for a Secret Sword, as it does more damage, I believe. I'm going to go for a Psychic, and down goes Keldeo. And now, I yeah, you guys can see I've basically won this game because Lando-t can take a hit, Nihilego is going to be able to outspeed, and Latias outspeeds and does huge damage. So there's still potential that an agility Diggersby could beat me. But I'm going to go for a Psychic here, and I think from the damage that he's not going to have enough rounds after the Psychic of Life Orb to be able to do that, because I would have done about 60 to 70%, so he wouldn't have had enough. And I'm going to go out into my Landorus now and win the game with my Z Captain, and we are going to be going to IDM Finals. This is so hype, guys. I've never won a championship before. The closest I ever got to finals was SBL. And I got hacked out of playoffs. It's the only time I've ever made playoffs. And I'm really excited to go to the finals. I'm going to try my absolute best to see if I can get the championship. But I think I've had a really good season, and I'm happy with the season. I really love the team. GG to my boy, Sebby VGC. That was a really good match. He didn't have a good team matchup in my opinion. I definitely had the team matchup, but it was still a really good match, and I definitely enjoyed it. I know also he's been concentrating on VGC a lot more as well, but yeah, I'm just happy that I'm going to be going to finals, and I can play either Ayyyy or Pledge. Make sure you look out for that match. I know Ayyyy will be uploading it. I don't think Pledge does, but that is going to be all for me today, guys. If you guys did enjoy today's video, or if you are feeling like an absolute legend, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button down below. But other than that, I will smell you later.